Welcome back, friends. In this video I'm going to tell you about the predefined functions of the string, how string can be initialized in a number of ways with the help of the predefined functions. So in the last video we have seen how we can run the Python string functions with the help of plus operator, comma operator, and we have also seen the format specifier in the string. So in this video we are going to see the predefined functions in the Python. So first of all, those who want to transform their career into data science, make sure that you watch this video till the end. Definitely it is going to help you. So coming back to the section, I'm opening by Jupyter Notebook. So this is my Jupyter Notebook and this is my string functions. So we know how to initialize the string. For example, if you initialize a variable A, the string can be initialized with the help of single quote or double quote or triple quote. Suppose I am passing Python. If I am executing the reprint A, definitely the output will be Python. Okay, we can also pass it in parentheses, there is no issue. See, the Python has been executed successfully. So here is some variables, string 0, string 1 and string 2. Okay, the string has been passed with the help of single quote for the string 0 variable and string 1 variable holding double quote string and string 2 variable holding the triple quote string. So if you just execute this, it will execute successfully. If you see this, if we are printing the string 0 as well as we are just finding the which type of data type it is with the help of type function. So automatically the string 0, it is nothing but then string data type, and then string 1 it is also an string data type, string 2 it is also an string data type. Okay, but we are also printing the string 0, string 1 and string 2. String 0 is nothing but an Taj Mahal is very beautiful, but we have initialized that particular string in single quote. There is no issue if we initialize in single quote or double quote or triple quote, there is no issue. So I am executing this cell and I am also executing this cell. So see, string 0 is nothing but Taj Mahal is so beautiful. The Taj Mahal is so beautiful has been executed successfully. I am passing a comma operator. The comma operator is used to concat the string, which means adding the string. So what is the type of this particular string 0? It is nothing but string data type. So it belongs to the string data type. So string 1 also belongs to string data type and string 2 also belong to the string data type. Okay, so first of all, when we are working with the data types, which means data structures list or tuple or dictionary or the string, we need to have a clear idea about the index values. So index values will be ranging from 0, 1, 2, so on. Okay, I'm just commenting it. So if you pass any statement to the string variable, automatically the index value will be ranging from 0. Instead of giving t1, the index value will be ranging from 0. For example, I am passing a cell here. Suppose a is equal to Python. It is a string what we are passing. So here the index value of the p will be 0. P will be 0 because the index values will be starting from 0. So p will be 0 and y will be 1, e will be 2, h will be 3, o will be 4 and n will be 5. Okay, instead of giving p is equal to 1, we are giving p is equal to 0 because these are index values. Index values will be starting from 0 itself. Okay, I am commenting it. So if we want to access any element, for example, if a is equal to Python, this is the string what we passed, and if we want to find the length of that particular a, length is the function, it is a keyword which is used to find the length of a particular variable. So a is equal to Python. Python has how many values? Py, th, on. It has six values inside the Python. If we just execute this length of a, see automatically the length of a will be printed here. Okay, but the index values will be ranging from 0, but the length value directly prints how many values inside that particular variable is holding. So length of A will be 6. So if I pass a print function and string of 4, which means string of 0, I will just print the string of 0 here. String of 0. Okay, the S is capital S. See, Taj Mahal is beautiful. It is the string what we are given. Okay, if we pass print function and I am accessing the fourth index value. What is the fourth index value? T will be 0 and A will be 1, J will be 2. This space, this one tab space is also counted. There is also an index value assigned to that particular gap space. So T will be 0, A will be 1, J will be 2, and this particular space will be 3 and M will be 4. So if we pass the index value 4, automatically the fourth position index value will be printed here. So if I execute this cell, M will be printed because at the fourth index position, the string M character holding that position. So this is how index values will be taken place. If you want another example, I can give it. Suppose printing string of 0 and I want to access the B, the keyword B, and we need to check at which position it is hold. There is a 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. B is holding at the position of 13. So if I pass 13, see, the B keyword has been executed successfully. So this is how the index position, the index value should be given to access the particular keyword in the string. So there is another function called as a find function. So we'll see how the find function will works. So this string 0, it is a string, it is a variable what we pass. Taj Mahal is beautiful. This is the particular raw string we pass to the variable string 0. If we execute this, it is executed successfully. So string 0, we are printing this particular string 0, but we are finding AL, whether AL keyword is presenting in Taj Mahal is beautiful or not. If AL is present, it just executed index position. It just gives its index position. It gives its index position. So AL, where is AL? AL is here. MAHAL 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But it just if we give the find function, if it finds AL is in the particular string, in the raw string, it just collect the starting position of that particular index value. Okay, if we just execute it, it is giving 7. What is the seventh index value? 0, 1, 2. This gap will be 3, M will be 4, A will be 5, H will be 6. See, here the AL is there, and what is the starting index value of A? It is 7. So it is giving 7. Okay, AL is holding at the position of 7. If we give find function and that particular keyword is not there in the string, in the raw string, automatically there will be an -1 will be executed because AM is not there in the raw string. See, AM is not there in this sequence. So automatically there will be an -1 will be printed. Suppose we are finding the keyword A, which means AJ. We are passing this AJ. See, AJ. If you execute it, see, 1 will be printed because the A in the keyword AJ, the A is holding the first position, first index position, 0 and 1. See, AJ. AJ, in AJ keyword, the A is holding the first index position. So it is printing 1. So if we give the keyword which is not there in the raw string, string 0 dot find of, suppose I am giving KA. Oh, if you execute it, automatically the fourth executed value will be -1 because there is no KA in this particular string. See, automatically the -1 will be printed. So this is how the find function will be work when we initialize the string and when we are calling the particular keyword in the variable what we are given the string. So this is our index value. We know how the index values will work. So this is the variable what the Taj Mahal is beautiful, that is the string. It is holding the string 0, it is holding the string. And if we want to access the seventh index value, seventh index keyword, if we execute it, automatically the A will be printed. if you want to see the string 0 function, see at 7th location automatically there will be a will be located. So this is how we can find the find function. So here is another concept. With the help of find function, we can find the index position of that particular keyword. Instead, we can also give some parameters, which means if we give the string 0, which is holding Taj Mahal is beautiful, and we are finding the J keyword at which position, but we are also checking, we are passing some parameter, which means we are passing here 1, which means it just checks from first index positions to the last. Okay, first index positions to the last, first to last position. So J will be in the keyword. So if I am just printing string 0, Taj Mahal is beautiful. If we want to find the index position of J, for J is here. Okay, J is here, but we are passing another parameter, which means 1. What is the first index? 0, 1. A will be the first index value. So from A, it is going to check entire string. It is not going to check from T, which means T is the 0th index position, but we are giving 1. From 1 index position, it is going to check whether there is J or not. So J is at the position of 2. So automatically 2 will be printed. So in the next line we have seen, we want to find the J keyword at what index it is holding, but we are giving the range, which means 1, 2, 3, which means from first index value to the third index value, in between this particular range, whether there is J keyword or not. If there is J keyword, just print that index. So what is the first index value? A is the first index. Okay, keyword A has the first index value, and this space, this empty space holding the third index position. So from A to this particular index position, empty index position, the J is holding second index position. If you execute it, automatically it will print correctly. So I am passing another condition, string of 0 dot find of J. From which position I am giving? I am giving from second position, or I am giving from third position, but the J lies in second position. Okay, the index value of J is second, but I am giving the condition to find the J keyword from third position. I am telling the string to find it from the emptiest position to the end. Automatically, I think there will be an error. So I said in the above, if it not finds the particular keyword, automatically the output will be -1. Okay, if it not find the keyword in the particular range, the output will be -1. So this is how the find function in the string will be get worked. First of all, there is the main use of the find function is to find the index position of the particular keyword. Okay, and we can also give the particular range of the index, from which index to which index we can easily find. So these are the starting position, which means 1, and the 3 means the last position. Okay, if the given in the given range the particular string keyword is not there, automatically it will execute at -1. This is the, if it is executed -1, it represents that there is no such kind of keyword in the particular given range. This is how the find function works in the string. So when coming back to the capitalize, it is also an important function in the string. So the capitalize function, it is used to capitalize the first element in the string. Suppose I am passing an string here, observe the first letter in this sentence. Okay, if I want to capitalize the string, string 3 dot capitalize, it is the function capitalize 3. Automatically the first element, which means 0, will be get capitalized. If I execute this cell, see the 0, the small 0, it is converted into capital letter. For example, I am giving here small a, and if I am execute it, see automatically the starting position will become the capitalized position. The keyword will be changing into capital position. So this is how the capitalize key function will be worked. So in the next we will discuss the center function. The center function is used to find we can give the center position of the particular string. For example, I am passing string 0, which means string 0, what is the string 0 is holding? See, Taj Mahal is 0, but I want to give this particular location. I want to just centralize that particular string. So I am giving the 100. If I am execute it, so in the middle of the execution it will print it. So if I am changing this particular value, which means I am giving 70, automatically there will be some changing in the output. This Taj Mahal is beautiful will be located here over, somewhere here over, okay, because we are changing the position. See, it already changes position. If you pass only 10, I think it will be printed over here, okay. See, it will printing over here. If I just pass 90, it will go and printed over here. It is just getting expanded, okay. This is the purpose of using center function. So with the help of center function, we can also give some parameters or some symbols here. So string 0, which means Taj Mahal is beautiful, we are centering with the help of 70. So at the 70th position it will print, but we are also passing the star symbol, which means at the starting, at the ending, there will be a star symbol representation. If I execute it, it executes successfully. So instead of star symbol, I am giving minus symbol. So see, there will be no errors will be represented. If I am passing plus symbol, see, at the starting position, at the ending position, there will be a plus symbol. So this is how the center function will works. When coming back to this is the we know how the index position will work and how the find function will work. If I want to give a string and I want to find the particular keyword position, suppose I am giving Python and I want to access the yth element. I want to find the index of yth element, which means Python, and if I want to print the y, what is the location, what is the index value of y, which means a of 0. A of 0 means p and a of 1 is y. So a of 1. See, y is executed successfully because it is holding the index position. Y is holding the index position 1. So it executed successfully. So the ends with function checks whether the particular keyword is presenting at the end position or not. For example, string 0 means what is the string it is holding? Taj Mahal is beautiful. String 0, Taj Mahal is beautiful. So string 0 dot ends with y, okay, but it ends with L, but we are giving ends with y. So automatically there will be a boolean expression false, because it is false, it is not true. The end keyword is L, but we are giving the end keyword is y. So automatically there will be false statement. If we pass L, for example, pass L, true automatically, because the end position is L and here also the end position is L. So it executed successfully. So this is how the end function will works. So here also we can give the parameters from, we can also specify the particular range. So this is the string function, and if we want to find the keyword of L from the location 0, so we are not specifying the last location, we are only specifying the first location. First location is nothing but t, because t is holding the index value 0. So from the 0 it will be checking to the end of the list. So from the end of the string it is going to check from 0 to the last position whether the last keyword is L or not. We know the last element is L, so in such a kind of situation it will print true. So in the second print condition, so string 0 dot ends with m, but we are giving the range from 0 to 5th index location only. So 0 is t, and the 5th index location is a. So from Taj to ma, what is the last keyword? So 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. Okay, if we execute it, see, it is printing true, because from the 0th location to 5th location, from 0th location to 5th location, the m is an last keyword. So the m keyword is a last keyword, so it is automatically printing true. So when coming back to count function, it just counts the number of how many times the particular keyword is repeating itself. It is just used to find the frequency. So the string function dot count of a, how many times the a keyword will be present in the string what we are given. So it is checking from the 0th keyword to the end. If we just print the string 0, and I'm going to check how many times this a keyword is repeating from 0th location to end of the string. So a is repeating 4 times in this particular string. I want to count the repeated word of a from the given location only, which means from 5th index to the 10th index. What is the 5th index here? It is from a to the last keyword. So how many times it is getting repeated? It is getting repeated 2 times. So if I execute it, it executes successfully. So it is nothing but, if you want to find the particular keyword, we can pass it in the single quotes. We can also give some parameters here, which means it is used to finding the range from which index position to which index position. This is the starting index position, this is the ending index position. So this is how the count function will work. Count function is only used to find the frequency of the letter, frequency of the keyword in the given string. The function counts the number of characters in the given string. The start and the stop index can also be specified at left blank. So this is how the count function will get worked. So this is the string function, and we are converting the string function into list. So in the next section we will discuss about the list function, how the list functions are being implemented, and what is the list data structure, what are the different types of functions that work with the list data structure. We will see in the next section. We will have a clear idea about the list, and after that I will show how the string can be implemented in the list data structure. So this we will discuss in the next section. We will have a clear idea about that. So there is another function known as a lower function. If I am just passing any string, and if I want to just lower this particular letters, I can use the lower function. Suppose I am passing a string which is all capital letters, and I want to just lower this string. I want all small letters to be done. So in such a kind of situation, a dot, which means just I am doing this print function. So print of a, which means a is holding the capital letters of Kamal, and a dot lower, just lower this particular string. If I execute it, sorry, I am not executing. See, the capital letter Kamal, or it's converted to small letter Kamal. So if I just pass small letter here, and I want uppercase, instead of lower I can give upper. So see, the small letter will automatically convert it to capital letter. So this is how the lower function and upper function will work. Lower function is used to just lower the values, lower the keyword, and upper function is used to upper the keyword. There is no issue. So we can use, with the help of upper function, we can easily capitalize the word. So replace. We know the string 0 is holding Taj Mahal is beautiful. Okay. Instead of Taj Mahal, I need another keyword here, which means I need Bangalore. So in such a kind of situation, we need the function known as a replace function. So string 0 dot replace of Taj Mahal. In the place of Taj Mahal, I got to replace Bangalore. If I execute this cell, see, at the position of Taj Mahal, we are replacing the Bangalore. Okay, this is how the replace function works. So strip function is also most important. So strip function is used to delete the elements from the right end and the left end which is not required. For example, I am passing a string. There is some empty space here, and also at the end of the string there is also some empty space. But I want to delete these empty spaces. With the help of strip function, we can easily delete that cell, delete these empty cells. So if I am executing this f function, if I just pass the strip function f dot strip, see, there is an automatically removing of empty spaces before and after the string. So this itself is saying string function is used to delete the elements from the right end and the left end which is not required. So if there is any empty spaces, with the help of string function we can remove it. So for example, string function, when a character is specified, then it deletes the character if it's present in the two ends of the specified string. For example, I am passing a string here, okay, but with the help of the string I am also passing some some symbols. If I am execute this cell and if I am passing strip function, it is not deleting this space. Okay, it is not deleting this space. Why? In the first we are deleting its space. If we initialize f is equal to hello and if we pass strip function, automatically this empty space has been removed. But in such a kind of situation, there is no removing of empty spaces. This is due to some, if you pass some represented values, which means there is some symbols has been passed here. So if we just pass some represented symbols here, we need to allocate some space here. Okay, so in this cell we have a clear idea. So printing f dot strip of symbols what we are given here. This is a star symbol and is a minus symbol. Okay, the star symbol, before the star symbol I have given some space here. Before the star and another symbol I have also given some empty space. So in such a kind of situation, automatically the spaces will be removed. So for example, if we comment it, okay, see f dot strip of, we are passing this, instead of giving empty, we are passing the symbols what we are given here. If we just pass this particular symbols with the help of some space, automatically the entire string will be removed. Then the symbols as well as an empty space will be get removed. So if I am executed, see the symbols as well as an empty space will be removed, because there is a symbols has been given. So we need to specify the symbol values as well as the emptieth position. The empty position is given here, and this is the two symbols what we are given in the f function, sorry, f variable. Okay, so dictionaries, in upcoming classes we will discuss about the dictionaries data types also, so there is no issue. These are some kind of predefined string functions. So I hope you get a clear idea. There are some another string functions, which means capital. We have seen capital S. Capital S is used to just capital the starting word. Okay, if I am passing a is equal to something and I want to capitalize the small s to the capital S, so I have dot capitalize. A dot capitalize means it just capitalize the starting position. If I am executing it, automatically the starting position will be get capitalized. The old value will be something what we are given, and the new value will be capital S, which means the small s converted into capital S with the help of capital S function. This is how the capital S function will get work. And there is another function known as an is alpha. So the is alpha function method returns the true if all the characters in the string are numerical, alphanumerical, which means if we pass any string, okay, in the given string, if it is string or it is numerical, it will print true. Or if there is any white spaces between the string or numerical, automatically it will return false. The boolean expression will be printed. For example, I am passing a string welcome and I am checking whether the string is numerical or not. This use numerical represented that whether the string has the characters or the numerical. Whether if we give characters as well as a numerical, there is no matter, it will recognize true. It is belong to all numerical category, and it is executed binary value true. For example, if I execute this cell, see true will be printed because the welcome is a string. It is a numerical it is a character what is str is holding, so it print true. So in the next column we will see a is equal to welcome 1 to 3 and b is equal to welcome 1 to 3. So a will be executed successfully and the boolean value will be true, but b will be false because there is some white space has been held here. So what is the is alpha is telling? Is alpha is telling it should hold any numerical as well as in characters only. There is no white space required. If we specified white spaces here, there will be false statement because this is numerical is holding either it is numerical or it is character. So if I execute it, the a function will be written c is equal to s3 dot numerical. Sorry, we are not specifying s3 function, s3 variable here. Printed. Okay, I am just commenting it. See, if we pass a is equal to welcome 1 to 3, which means it is holding character as well as a numerical, so it executed successfully. So b, which is holding welcome and it is also holding white space. So white space means it definitely will throw an error. So if we also pass, if we print the b, sorry, print the condition, if I execute it, see welcome 1 to 3, but we are just printing the value b, but we are not passing is alpha function. Okay, we need to pass is alpha function. So d is equal to b dot is numerical. So I am printing d. See, a is executed true and b is executed false, which means it is holding some white spaces. This is how the alpha numerical will be working process. So it holds only character as well as a numerical. There will be no white spaces will be taken place. So they're coming in another function known as an is alpha. Is alpha is another function. If we pass an string here, engineering. So first of all, we know what is the purpose of is alpha. The Python is alpha method returns true if all the characters in the string are alphabetic. For example, in the string we can also pass numerical numbers, but is alpha is only used to find whether the particular string has numerical representation or not. Suppose str variable is holding engineering, and if I want to pass str dot is alpha, whether the particular string is alphabetic or not. So str dot is alpha, and we are storing that particular result in str2, and we are printing str true. So if I execute it, true will be printed. I will show another example. Suppose a is equal to 1 2 3. Okay. Suppose b is equal to a dot is alpha, and I am printing the value b. See, it is printing false, which means is alpha will be hold only numerical representation in the string, but if we pass is alpha will hold only character representation in the string. If you pass any numerical representation, it just print false, because the is alpha function is a capability only to handle the character functions. It is not capable to handle numerical functions. So this is how the is alpha function will work. So there is another function known as an is decimal. So if we pass an string here, and if we check whether it is decimal or not, it will also give a Boolean representation value. Suppose we are giving a variable str and we are passing some character representation string, and we are finding is decimal, because before finding the is decimal we need to check it is a character representation string, so it will print false. So instead of engineering, if I pass 1 to 3 and execute it, it will print true, because the string is holding 1 to 3. It is a numerical representation. If I pass character representation, is decimal will be recognized it is a false statement. Okay, the result will be in Boolean values only, which means true or false. This is how the is decimal will get worked. So in this way we have a clear idea. If you execute it, the string 1 is holding the decimal representation, so the first output will be true. In the second category, it is holding @ symbols, hash symbols, and dollar symbol. So is decimal is only capable of handling numerical representation. There is no capable of handling character representation or extra symbol representation. So if we pass only numerical representation, it will print true. So this is how the is decimal value will work. And checking whether the string is in digits or not. For example, a is 1 to 3, which is passed in the string, and if you want to find whether this string is digit representation or numerical representation or character representation, if a dot is digit, which means it is going to check whether the a variable is holding character representation or numerical representation. Automatically it can recognize a is holding numerical representation. Automatically it will be true. So if you pass here any character representation, see, it is printing false, because it is holding character representation. Is digit is capable of holding digit representation only, so it will print true. Checking whether the string is in lowercase or uppercase. In the I think we have seen the uppercase and lowercase, so we have clear idea about how this works. So if you give any variable some statement, and if you want convert everything into capital letters, we just give the upper keyword and is upper keyword, and if you want to lower down the keywords, we just give the is lower keyword. So this is upper format and this is the lower format. Okay, we also check the length function. So length function will not work with the help of index values. It directly prints the how much what is the length of this particular statement what we passed in the variable a. Suppose a is equal to Python, this is a string what we are passing, and if we want to find the length of a, it is holding six characters. PYTHON, it is 6 character, it is automatically it will print 6 characters. Okay, so this is used to find the lower the values, this find to upper the values. And count function also we have seen. If we pass a string a is equal to this, and if I want to find the count of this n, how many times this n is repeating in this particular string, automatically there will be 4, because n is repeating 4 times. If I am executing it, see, suppose I am passing PPYYTHON, I want to find how many times the p is repeating in the particular string what we are giving. Count of p. If I just print b, see, the p is repeating 2 times. So these are some of the predefined functions. Don't worry guys, if you want this particular Python file, in the description I will provide my GitHub link, so you can check out there. So in this section we have a clear idea about the predefined functions in the string, and in the previous video also we have clear idea about the plus operator as well as a comma operator, concatenating the string and string formatting, etc. So in the next section we have a clear idea about the slicing operations and how the slicing operation can be implemented with the help of the string. We have a clear idea in the next section. Hope you understand this video, and if you like this particular video, keep subscribe to my channel and hit me a like button. So we will see in the next video. Thank you.